All right, man. I'm going to take over a little bit. I've got my notes here. Like I said, I'm just going to reiterate again. I really was impressed with this quarter. I'm going to go into some of those albums that I was really impressed by and some of the singles too. So right off the bat, May 1st, we get a new Drake album, Dark Lane demo tapes. You know, I'm a huge Drake fan. I'll reiterate that time and time again. Things that really impressed me about this album were just consistency. You know, you have those classic venting, lyrically deep tracks from Drake. Two of those were Deep Pockets, and another one was When to Say When. And you know what? He just touches home time and time again that he comes from humble beginnings, but he just owns his own lane when it comes to top tier rap. He's just, a lot of these rappers may struggle when they hit that pinnacle. Actually, it's not just rappers. You could apply it to anything. The great American story is that we follow is you see someone on the rise, they make it to the top, and then everyone loves to see them hit rock bottom after they hit top. Drake just never seems to find that bottom. It's astounding, and he captures that in his lyrics. So I appreciate that. He continues with the chart-topping songs, the radio-friendly songs. We get Tootsie Slide, which was, you know, just catchy, regardless of whether it was a TikTok song. You yourself admitted, man, I just sing along to this. And you gotta love those. You gotta love, if I was an artist, I would love to make music that comes from my soul, but no offense, I want a song in the club. You know, I want people to be dancing to my song.
Yeah, totally.
And it's good that he can keep
and at
up
concerts too. I mean, you want to be at the concert.
You want people singing along to your songs.
Throw the microphone out to the crowd and hear them sing your lyrics.
Definitely. And then he also finds a way to come out with the bangers. Man, this guy can make bangers. I know you love the track Landed.
Yeah,
Just a catchy chorus. Nothing fancy, but the beat on it just gets you stoked.
100%.
And then he balances it. Something that I referred to before is that sometimes I feel like Tory doesn't utilize his features. Drake, he's got a solo banger in Landed, and War. He continued that grime sound. But he also balances it with some great features. D4L, Down for Life, with Young Thug and Future. Just, you go bananas listen to that song. He's not afraid to let other people really explore their sounds on their verses. Yes. So like, I wasn't a huge fan of the Playboy Cardi feature, but he still let Cardi do his thing, and he complimented Cardi. And same thing with Down for Life. You got Future going on there, and you know, he uses these little nuances. Like he says, the line that sticks out to me is right from the chorus is they keep interpolating that what's happening. Yeah. And Drake just plays off that. And I think it's cool to see you match it when you see an artist match another artist's energy on a track.
I'm sure he's great, like in the studio.
Yeah. I'll try to highlight negatives with each album too. I think that's important. You know, Drake can't seem to get away from the whole culture vulture thing.
Right.
And when he does do it, I referred to it just a second ago as matching somebody's energy. When it's successful, he gets praised for it. When he's unsuccessful, well, then he gets called the culture vulture. And I think that's what happened with 1993 with Playboy Cardi for me. I just think he sounds too much like Cardi, and I didn't like it.
He's painting almost.
Yeah, exactly.
I know when Scorpion, I think it was called
Scorpion,
his album, when he did the Louisiana, like New Orleans sampling stuff, he got praised for that.
He did get praised for it.
Example of him, and even I praised the album, thought it was a great album, but him getting labeled as, you know, like an innovator, a pioneer, a genius, creative genius, but it's got that other side to it. You could say Kanye's got that thing going too, where it's like can be either a genius or you're just one of those art people that have just gone off the hinge, so to speak.
Definitely. And the one last thing that I just want to mention, and then I want to hear just your 2 cents. We'll keep it pretty brief, but I just like to keep in perspective that this was a throwaway album. You know, this wasn't a major release. I don't think this was something that he spent years in the making, where I feel like other albums that he's put together.
Was it even promoted?
Barely. I just don't consider it one of his major releases. You know, it's a studio album. It was released as a studio album, but it's still just it's not up to par with his other albums.
I'm not a Drake fan. I've said it before. I've had all my issues with him since he came on the scene, but continually, it's hard to deny how great an artist he is. I only saved 1 or 2 tracks off of this. Even the Chicago freestyle, which jumped out to me because of the Eminem Superman interpretation.
Yes.
I thought that was super cool lyricism, but the track itself, I didn't think it was worth going back to.
Mm-hmm. All right, cool. Which tracks did you save just for reference?
Just Landed, and I liked T4L. That was the first track I heard off the album.
Yeah.
But I don't think I wouldn't really listen to it much. I did like Tootsie Slide, honestly, just for being so catchy, you know.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I can appreciate that. Next one I want to go to, released 2 weeks after the Drake album, was Future's album, High Off Life. Some of the tracks that I saved were Ridin' Strikers, Trillionaire, Harlem Shake featuring Young Thug, Life is Good featuring Drake, Accepting My Flaws, and 100 Shooters featuring Meek Mill. I'm not going to spend too much time on this album. We don't have to go into depth about it. The problem, I'll start with the problem about this album. Future is quantity over quality. This album had something like 22 tracks on it.
No one's trying to hear a 21 track Future song.
No,
it's literally the same song again and again and again.
Yeah. and you know, if you make that many tracks, you're bound to come out with a good one. So, although I feel like there were a lot of tracks on this and I felt like it was a Future, I don't want to downplay the fact that he still has a lot of good songs on this record. It's just, you can't downplay that. He consistently puts out good songs, but it's low on the Future albums list. What do you think?
I mean,
did you listen to it?
Yeah, I listened to it a few times. I've never been a fan of Future. That's why I'm glad that you talked about it, because I probably wouldn't have even brought it up. I don't think he's a great artist. I think he's great with other people. Obviously, you can't beat a Drake and Future collab. That's like guaranteed success. They always kill it. Even I keep listening to Life is Good. Amazing song. But without somebody else on the album or on the tracks to, like, I don't know, provide.
Have you listened to his discography?
Yeah, I have. And I remember after I heard it, I hit you up and I was like, without Metro Boomin, Future would be nobody.
Really?
I feel like 90% of the appeal of a Future song is the instrumental. And maybe it's just me being a hater, but I've never been a Future fan. There are a lot of songs by him I like, but I'm like 90% sure I only like them because of the instrumental. And then he just does his mumble rap stuff. Props to him for being one of the first. Like, definitely a pioneer in the mumble rap subgenre. But I don't think we should praise him for that.
One thing I will give him a little praise for is the fact that on the tracks that he does do solo that I like, which are few and far between, don't get me wrong, but he does express vulnerability and emotion, but somehow still balances that with street cred. Like, he never sacrifices his street cred. There was a track off here called Accepting My Flaws. Mm-hmm. And he went into he's got some personal issues in life, and that's expressed all across media. He's got, like, you know, kids with several different women, and he had a really hard breakup with his ex-wife Sierra, and that's all publicized. And he when he does cover these things, I think he does it in a really unique way where it's not considered soft. So I think that's cool.
Yeah, no, it's props to him for that. That's why I like people like Roddy Ricch and some of these newer guys, like NLE Choppa. I think that they have a couple more serious tracks that, they kind of carve their own path in terms of the sound and the melodies and whatever. But you never forget how hard they are in terms
Yeah,
of the context of where they're coming from.
definitely. So I'm going to go into one more album in depth and then some really brief ones and then my singles. So the next and the last top tier album I had, besides Future High Off Life, Drake Dark Lane demo tapes, and Tory Lane's The New Toronto 3, was Lil Yachty's Lil Boat 3. And I know this comes as a surprise probably, but I saw a lot of promise and a lot of growth on this album. Not a huge Yachty fan. Don't get me wrong. His past albums probably even I didn't even listen to him front to back.
Dude, honestly, I didn't even know Yachty had albums.
Yo,
I thought he was just a SoundCloud rapper still.
Listen, I know. I agree with you. I started getting put onto him a little bit while he was creating this album. He started putting out a video log series, and he was emitting this energy. And he just speaking very cohesively and very clearly about his vision for this album. And it's so amazing to see how it came to fruition. He literally said, I've made 5 albums at this point. I've made an R&B album. I've made a half rap and half singing album. I've made a pop album. He goes, no, I threw those all away. I want to make a hard album. I want these tracks to be hard, and I want it to be street. And that's what he did. He came through. I saved 9 tracks from this album. Really great. He's got a balance of solo bangers and group bangers. The track TD with Tierra Whack, ASAP Rocky, and Tyler, the Creator.
Oh, I was going to talk about that one. Yeah.
Did you listen to that Tyler verse?
Man.
That Tyler verse was incredible.
This happened, I want to say like 2 or 3 years ago. I remember there was a Tyler verse that dropped. It might have even been telephone calls. I don't know if it was that long ago. But I remember hearing it and being like, man, what happened to this Tyler? We haven't heard Tyler this hard in so long. That was years ago. Since then, we've gotten Igor. He's just gone even farther down that lane of
and that's cool and all, but
definitely, totally. He's doing his own thing. It's cool. I liked Igor. Not rap, of course. He said so himself.
Yeah.
But when he does his rap, his OG Tyler sound, I miss it so much.
I could not believe it. When I heard this verse, you could so tell that he was vibing with the track and he was vibing with the studio. If
you've seen like what kind of a person Tyler is, he wouldn't do it if he wasn't vibing.
Exactly. Yeah. And I thought this verse was going to end about halfway through. He practically did 2 verses in one. He spit on this. It was unbelievable. I really liked Split / Whole Time. It got a video treatment. If you didn't listen to the video, or if you didn't watch the video or listen to the song, listen to it. I thought that was really great. And he worked with some other people that I really like. Future, Young Thug, Lil Durk. Those are like some of the top people in the game for me right now. He also had Oprah's bank account, which I know you're not a big fan of, but I feel like it's just like Tootsie Slide for me. I heard it once. It was stuck in my head. I give it props. I think there was a lot of lyrical growth on this. He's not spitting nonsense, which I felt like
he used to be.
Yeah, exactly. Which I felt like in the past, his songs had no meaning, no anything. He has something to say on this album, and it really shined through. If you haven't listened to it, give it another shot or give it a shot in general, because I really enjoyed this album. So,
I mean, props to him for actually, stepping into the shoes of a top tier rapper in terms of like celebrity status, because he's been a celebrity for years now, but I felt like it was always more his like facade or his antics or whatever, and him being on double XL cover, which I thought was just totally unwarranted. But no, I'm glad to hear he's taking the rap so seriously. I'm not obviously into him as much as you are, so I didn't know that he had approached it from like that sort of subgenre perspective.
Yeah.
But if that's what he was aiming for with this album, he had the vision, he executed, he got great talent on it. I mean, going back to TD, I thought Tierra Whack and ASAP Rocky's verses were dope as well.
Yeah.
Like, Tyler was shined the most, but they stepped up as well. So
without a doubt. Again, time sensitive, so we'll run through this pretty quick. But the second tier albums, I had Polo G, The Goat, and Mozzy Beyond Bulletproof. Both very similar. They both have unique sounds. I thought they had a balance of subgenres on their album, as far as like a little bit more emotional songs, some hard songs too. I think Polo G is a natural lyricist. I think he has a lot of potential, but the album just lacked some diverse content. And
It's got to be one of his first, though, right? I
it's
didn't
his
check
first
it out,
album. It's
but
his debut album. Yeah,
okay.
freshman album.
It's good for a debut because I'd never really heard of him before. So
I saved 5 tracks from both of those. Like I said, Polo G, The Goat, and Mozzy Beyond Bulletproof. I liked both of those a lot.
oh, wait a second, Mozzy. You say Mozzy?
Mozzy, Mozzy.
Yeah, he Beyond Bulletproof. Man, Body Count.
Dude, Body Count.
I might put that on one of my top.
So good.
Man, why would I lie about the Body Count? Why would I pull up on you
King
unannounced?
Yeah, really good.
Yo,
he's got a really West Coast / like Midwest Chicago vibe. You know?
Yeah, I hear like a lot of Chicago drill rap influence as well.
And then
so
finally,
hard.
yeah, so hard. And then finally, the last album that I wanted to touch upon, another guy who's earned my respect, is Lil Durk. When I first heard about this guy, I totally brushed him to the side. I said, this guy's a chump. I just don't like him. Because he was doing a lot of R&B stuff for some reason. I don't know why. And I didn't have a good vision of what he was about. He dropped Just 'Cause Y'all Waited 2. It originally released on May 8th, and then it got deluxe treatment this past week. You personally should listen to Three-Headed Goat, which has a video by Cole Bennett. Cole Bennett just did the video for Three-Headed Goat. It's Lil Durk featuring Lil Baby and Polo G. And again, like I said, Polo G, a natural lyricist. He's got my respect. Similar to the Future and Lil Yachty comments. He has bangers, and I think there's a lot of room for improvement with Lil Durk. I'm going to be listening to him in the future. I'll just run through my singles real quick, and then hopefully we'll talk about our bad albums quickly, and then maybe just like a wrap up.
Yeah, go ahead.
The singles, Split It by Doughboy, one of the hardest songs of the year. I don't think you've heard it, but
I don't think so, no.
It's just makes me headbang.
Respect.
3 a.m. by Russ featuring Ty Dolla $ign. I feel like Ty Dolla $ign
solid track.
Ty Dolla $ign is the king in the game right now of assists and hooks. He just has it down pat. It used to be Sway Lee for a little while. That's like the last example I can think of, but Ty Dolla $ign is it for assists and hooks. Go by the Kid Leroy, just very catchy, featuring Juice WRLD. Love that track. You should check out Don't Rush by Young T and Bugsy. And the only reason I heard it.
Oh, is this the one that you put in your playlist with the 2 other remixes?
Yes.
I was listening to your playlist and I was like, is this song on replay or what's going on here?
I really like this song.
Remixes.
I like the song a lot. Actually, Alicia put it on for me, my girlfriend, and I really enjoy the track. What's Poppin'?
Definitely your kind of track. I can't say I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it. I can't say I loved it, but
yeah,
really, it was good stuff.
What's Poppin' remix, easily the best. This is my summary of it. Best posse cut since the Legacy, YMCMB, and DJ Khaled tracks. Like No New Friends. You remember No New Friends?
No.
Anyways,
I know.
DJ Khaled used to work with YMCMB a lot, and they released these posse cuts. Dude, this is the best posse cut. Like, as far as you got Jack Harlow, DaBaby, Lil Wayne, Tory Lanez. Unbelievable. And then I put Moana by Jack Harlow as well. So
yeah, Moana was real cool.